Parabolas in Conic Sections and Parametric Equations by Justin D'Souza. The learning objectives of this lesson are to write equations of parabolas in standard form and to graph parabolas. The keywords are parabola, focus, directrix, lattice rectum, standard form, and general form. We will look into all of these terms as we move on to this lesson. The conic sections. Now let's just look at this cone here. If you cut it, say angling like this, the cutted part would be basically a parabola. Whereas if you cut it through, say, flat line or a tilted line, if you do it as a flat, it would be a circle. Obviously, it'd be a circle over here. But if you cut it flat, it won't be a even circle. It'll be an ellipse. Whereas if you cut these two corners, then it'd be hyperbola. We will look into all of these conic sections as we move on. For now, in this lesson, we will look into parabola. Now, what is parabola? As you can see over here, this is a parabola. If you graph quadratic equations, you will get a parabola. Now, this is the focus point. Now, if you see this parabola, this point over here, the below point would be vertex, where you can see this half of the, if you draw a straight line over here, that's called axis of symmetry. The left and the right parts are mirror images of each other, right? So wherever that mirror image is there, that would be the x-axis of vertex. Now, if it is opening like this upwards, the focus is always above the vertex because it must be inside the parabola. If it's downwards, then it'd be below the vertex. Now here, let's take any point on this parabola. You can take this or any point, the nearest point anyway. If you draw a straight line from the focus to that point, and then this line over here is called a directrix. If you draw a straight line, perpendicular line to the directrix, you must have same distance. This is how a parabola is formed. We will look into this link and see exactly the different distances. They always will match. Now let's go to this link. You can see this is a parabola. This is the focus, the directrix line. And we can consider any point on the parabola, this point P, the straight distance from focus to the point and the vertical distance from the point to the directrix are always equal. And we can see it if we just change it over here to different points. Say, for example, any point. What is happening? It's the same distance. Can you observe that? It'll be the same distance everywhere. As we're moving on, if you look into the distance, it'll remain the same. That is how a parabola is formed. You can see as I move it on, there are points that is tracing it out, and that will be the parabola. Now we will know more about the points or the terms in the equation of a parabola. This was a parabola. We came to know this is focus, this is directrix, and any point in the parabola will have same distance, straight distance from the focus to that point and the perpendicular distance to that directrix. Now this over here is axis of symmetry. This really cuts the parabola into two mirror images, two parts which are equal. Now this is the vertex. You can say as a concentrating or focusing point. Here you can see it's going downwards. The slope is downwards for the line, but as it passes the vertex, it changes its slope. And this over here, the distance between these 2 points which passes through the focus is called lattice rectum. Now we will look into the formulas. All of these equations or points or formulas give you better understanding of parabola. Now you do not need to go through all of them, but it is very crucial to know the standard form of a parabola. That's given by y equals a of x minus h the whole square plus k. Now this only is for parabolas that are opening upwards or downwards. If they're opening left or right, then this is the formula. Here y equals, that is vertically related, okay? X means it's horizontally. A value we'll find out. We saw lattice rectum just a while ago, right? From there we can find it out. It's 1 by a units, okay? Now x as it is minus h whole square plus k. H and k, right, is the x and y value of the vertex. That is the vertex point, see? And it will be opening upwards if the A value is positive, it shows upwards, downwards if it's negative. See, now if you're thorough with one part, then the other one is very easy to understand. So let's go through all of this first. Axis of symmetry is at H. Wherever the x-axis of x value of the vertex is there, you will have axis of symmetry. Then the focus is important, this formula. It is H, but the K one for the focus, why? Because it's related to y-axis, right? In the y-axis we will have focus, isn't it? So H is the same, vertex and focus will have the same x value, okay, the x-axis value, but the y-axis value changes. Now since this is, if it is since it must be above this or it must be below. Now, depending on the A value, if it is opening upwards, A is positive, so this will be above the vertex. Whereas if it is opening downwards, A is negative, then this will be minus K, it would be below this. Anyways, if you just know this formula, it's more than enough. It will be K plus 1/4 divided by A. And directrix line would be K minus 1/4A. That's the thing. These are the formulas. Over here, it's similar, but there are few changes. See, in the standard form, x is equal to a instead of x, so you all have y, but h and k also swaps its positions, right? This is the thing. And then what about this? We have h plus 1/4a, k. And then it is the same thing, but over here it's h. Why? Because see over here, the standard form and the directrix will be along the y-axis. So it's y equal, y equal. But here it is x and x because it will be along the x-axis. Okay. So it will be x is equal to h minus 4a. Now let's look at the standard form. We just saw the standard form for x. But what is the general form? General form is generally what we are using for a quadratic equation. It's always ax squared plus bx plus c. You might have this equation given to you. But here, what you need to do is you need to make sure this is not like this. It is in terms of x plus or minus h the whole square, okay? This is the concept. We need to do this and we will see this problem. We need to use completing the square methods and different methods to solve it. And then from general form, we can get it to standard form. Now we have a problem to analyze this equation and write it in terms of standard form of a parabola. Now you can see it's y equals 2x squared minus 12x plus 6. Now looking at this, you should know which orientation is it, vertically or horizontally. How would we know? If you know the standard form over here, vertical, it's y is equal to a of x minus h the whole squared plus k. This is the standard form. Now here y will be only one power and x, no matter what, should have power 2. Now here x is having power 2. Yes, this is vertical form. So this is it. If you look into the formulas as well, if you go back and look at, and then you will understand, here it will be y, if it is having no power 2, then that will be in vertical orientation. Whereas if it was x alone, only single power and all y had square, then we would have done the other orientation. Now let's solve this up. Let me write the given question over here. Y is equal to 2x squared minus 12x plus 6. Here we know the standard form. No matter what, we need to get this as y is equal to a of x minus h the whole square plus k. It's very messy, right? Because over here you have 2x. One is x squared, one is x. How can we get this? This is from a method called completing the square. Now, there are certain rules. I will tell you the shortest rule to remember. You need to know few things. To complete a square, you cannot have any number, any coefficient beside it. You can have x squared plus anything, doesn't matter. Say you have 6x like this. That's fine, you can solve, but you can't have 2. If you have 2, then what you need to do is you need to remove this out. 2 gone outside, it will be x squared plus 3x. Now we can use the completing the square method. Now, how would we get this over here, 2 removed out? We need to remove that. And we need to group this x and x term. This 6, right? Let's put it far away because I am not concerned about it much. But I need these two over here, these two. What I'll do is I'll remove 2 common outside from here. If I remove 2 common outside, what remains is x squared minus 2 is gone. So divide both the sides by 2. Over here, when you divide 2, it will be only x squared. Over here, divide by 2, you will have 6x. Okay, this is it, plus 6. This is not going to impact us at all. Let's keep it outside for now. Now you're just dealing with the middle part. 2x squared minus 6x. Now I need to get this as whole square. How will I do it? There is a rule. Okay, if you have x squared plus ax. Okay, just giving you example. The rule is here there must be no coefficient. That's only one, right? Okay, then I can use it. No matter what, this will be power 2. How? Just write this x itself. No matter what, you need to write this x. When it's x squared, just write x. Plus, you don't write x, only this. But what do you do is, you write it a by 2. Whatever is the value of a, just divide by 2. Now, the same concept, we will do it over here. Let me just change the color over here. It'll be 2, that's outside, that's fine. What happens in the bracket is, instead of x, I'll write x squared minus 3. No writing x over here, right? The whole square. But there is something to be added here. Now, sorry, let me just change one thing. This 2, right? I'll write it over here in black itself. This is y is equal to 2, and even the plus 6, let it be. Now, I am just changing this particular term which was in the bracket, but it's not over. There is a rule, one more thing. See, I have not completed this. Okay, over here I've just written half of it. There is something else, minus a by 2 the whole square. This is another must. Here, if it is plus, it's plus. If it is minus, it's minus. Doesn't matter. But this outside term will be minus itself. Okay, I'll just put a bracket to understand. Whatever is in the bracket here, I'm writing it now. X minus 3 the whole square minus, what is this? A by 2, 3 over here. I did 6 by 2, that is 3 minus 3 squared. Close the bracket. This is the important part. This is how you can directly make it a whole square. Otherwise, you have to struggle. Now, what we do is we'll multiply this 2 inside distributive property, multiply it with this term, and minus is there, right, with this term. Or you can first simplify this. 3 squared is 9 and then solve it anyway. I'll write it 2 as it is first. It is x minus 3 minus 9 plus 6. Now multiply it. Only then we can remove the brackets, isn't it? So to remove the bracket, multiply this. It will be 2 times x minus 3 the whole square minus 9 times 2 is 18 plus 6. You can write this as minus 12. 2 of x minus 3 the whole square minus 12 is the final answer. Now it is in the standard form. A is 2, x is x, minus over here, that's fine. H whole square minus 12. What is h value? H is equal to not minus 3 because it's already minus 3 in the standard form. So it's 3 and k value is minus 12. This is how we k equals minus 12. This is how we get it in the standard form. Now, what is happening? Is it opening upwards or which direction is it opening? It's positive 2, so it will open upwards. A is positive. So that's why it opens upwards. So this is the method. Now, this one, it's a by heart method. Now, I will just write the important steps only. I'll remove it, okay? And I'll solve the same thing again. Now, I will reduce the number of steps. When I look at this, okay, let me write the given question first. Y is equal to 2x squared minus 12x plus 6. If you have understood thoroughly, now you must follow the method which I'm doing. Try to reduce the number of steps. With practice, you can reduce it. First, take out the 2. It will be what? X squared minus 6x plus 6. Next, you need to complete the square over here. Make this a whole square. So 2 multiplied by x minus 3 the whole square minus, always minus. This inside the bracket, it depends. If it's plus here, it will be plus, minus, minus. Now, what is 3 square? It is 9 directly. Okay, plus 6. And now multiply this 2 to both of this term. This is one term minus another term. So it will be 2 times x minus 3 the whole square minus 2 times 9 is 18 plus 6, which you can directly write over here. 2 times minus 18 plus 6 is minus 12. It will be 2 into x minus 3 the whole square minus 12. This is it. This is the answer. Just 4 steps. This is the question. So 1, 2, 3, 4 steps done. Now you can follow this method anytime and you will get the same answer. Look over here. Now here also they have done a method, but I feel this is much easier because with this method, which I did over here, will work all the time anyway, and it's direct. Okay. So this would be the answer, 2 minus x 3 the whole square minus 12. Now if you want to write the vertex, it is h and k, that is 3 and minus 12. What is the axis of symmetry? At x is equal to h, right? H is 3 and it is opening upwards. That's how you solve it. You can try this by yourselves, pause the video and then you can continue watching it. I will solve it now here. So we need to remove 4 no matter what. So what happens is y is equal to 4 is removed, only x squared must be there. Okay, this just divide by 4, it will be 4x. 16 divided by 4 is 4. Next, what do we have? Plus 34 outside. Now you need to complete the square. So it will be x plus 2, 4 divided by 2, the whole square, minus 2 square is 4. Plus 34, and now multiply 4 inside, it will be 4 into x plus 2 the whole square minus 16 plus 34. 16 minus 34, it will be 18, because 32 minus 16 would be 16 plus 2, it will be plus 18, and this is as it is 4 into x plus 2 the whole square. This is how we get the answers. So that's it. That would be the form. Now, what is the vertex here? H and K. H is, now this one is positive, right? The standard form. Do you remember the standard form? The standard form is supposed to be a into x minus h the whole square plus k. The signs are different now. So if it is plus, you must take h as minus 2. K will be as it is. Right side only. It is 18. So vertex is minus 2 comma 18. And what do we have over here? The line of symmetry is minus 2. And where is it opening? Opening upwards because it is positive 4. So that is the answer. Here we have got. See, you do not need to write it like this. This is just to know the h value. Minus of minus 2 would be plus 2 itself. But if you remember, if it's plus 2, directly take it as minus 2. That is it. And over here, we get the answer. Axis of symmetry was minus 2, sorry, vertex. Yeah, axis of symmetry was minus 2, vertex is minus 2 comma 18, and it opens upwards. This is the standard form. Now we will look into graphing parabolas. We have learned about solving just now. How about graphing? Now we should know the basic graph of x power 2. That is a quadratic equation, a parabola, right? Now, if the vertex, if there is something like this h and minus k or something like this added, that is just the vertex is being shifted. So if you see this figure is x square and this is 1 over here, it's similar to x square itself. See, now over here there is no a value. So it is just similar to x square, but only the vertex is shifted by h and k. Okay. Now there are plenty of ways to solve. Now over here they expect you to use the formulas and solve, but doesn't matter which method you do, as long as you get the answer, it's fine. You can remember all the formulas, the focus, directrix, axis of symmetry, vertex, and then, with that knowledge also you can graph. But I will tell you a easy method, table method, because sometimes the old methods which you have done before are more than easy. So now if they want you to write everything in detail, what do you need to do? First thing, let's make a table. X, Y. You can assume some x values. You can start with minus 4, minus 5, minus 4. You can go with minus, you don't need so much points. Generally 3 are enough. Then take 0. Now why over here? Because I have to take 0 over here because there is no plus or minus. We generally take the vertex value as the middle point. Here vertex is 0, 0. So 0. Now whatever above you have taken, take the same values down also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You do not need to do so many in exam. This is just for understanding. You can only do from minus 3, minus 1, 0, 1 and minus 3. That's enough. Whatever you take over here, you don't even need to take the below because the answers will be same. Let's see why. How do you find y is? You can substitute the x value in this x. Minus 3 times minus 5 the whole square. It'll be 25. 25 times 3 is 75, but minus sign, it's minus 75. For minus, now even if you put plus here, what is going to be? It'll be 25 times 3 minus 75 itself because of negative, okay? So this is the thing. Over here, if you put the 4 square or minus 4, it's the same answer. So this is what. But now it will be time consuming to solve all the values. So what you can do is a very simple method. You need your calculators, press more and 7. Can you see the table? 7. Now here, which is the equation you want to type in? It is minus 3 alpha x squared. Okay, in your calculators you won't get one more equation. That's it. When you press equal to, you must get the start. Where do you want to start the x values? I will start it from minus 5. And where do you want to end it? Okay, 5 is reasonable. And what is the step? If I give step 2, then they'll jump two values. From minus 5, it will be minus 3, minus 1, 1, so on. I'll give step 1 over here. And these are the values. For minus 5, we already found out it was negative 75. What about minus 4? It's negative 48 and negative 27. So you can just type over here negative 48, negative 27. And you can keep on going down and find the values. It will be 0 over here, 0 only. This will be minus 3. And over here, what about 2? 2 square is 4. 4 times 3 is minus 12. So these will be the same values at the bottom as well. Let's see over here, you can just scroll down, minus 12, minus 3, 0. It'll be again minus 3, minus 12, minus 27, minus 48, and 75. So in your exam, if you want, you can just do the above part until 0. And then, you know, this is going to be symmetrical. That is the thing. So remember minus 1 and 1. If you're not taking 2, it's fine. Then take minus 3 and 3, like that. Now, if you know all the values, you can easily graph it out, isn't it? You can make the x and y coordinate points. Over here, what is the point? Minus 5, somewhere over here, let me take. Sorry, x is minus 5. And this, let me take it as minus 100, minus 75, minus 50, minus 25, something like that. It's not accurate, but minus 75 would be this point here, and then minus 4 would be at minus 48, this point here, again over here and over here. It's not accurate, and the same thing will be on the other side. You will get the similar pattern because the axis of symmetry is at 0, so you should get the similar pattern. That will be the parabola for this graph. But my scales are really not accurate, but if you draw an accurate graph, you will get the proper answer. You can see that will be something over here. See, that's the thing. So what was the, okay, they have taken only 1, 2, 3, so you can see at 3 minus 3 it was negative 27. It will be somewhere down. Then minus 2 would be negative 27. See, minus 2. Sorry, minus 2 is negative 12. So minus 2, negative 12. Minus 1 was 3, minus 3, and so on. This side will be the same thing translated. And then join the points with the smooth curve. You know how a parabola is, right? So just make sure you draw it smoothly. That would be the answer. So what I would highly suggest is just follow the table methods for all the problems. Even over here, just make a table and then you can easily graph it out with all the points. Now you can even go ahead. Okay, I can see the H and X vertex. Oh, vertex is very important, by the way. This is the minus 4 and 5. Sorry, 4 and 5. Minus is already there in the formula. Vertex is 4 and 5. Now here the x-axis is 4. So you need to take values less than 4 and greater than 4. Let me take minus 3, minus 2 and 1. And you should take 5, 6 and 7. So left side of vertex and right side of vertex. And then you can easily graph those points. Because you can see it's 4 and 5. So the vertex from 0, 0 moves to 4 and 5. Same concept here. You can graph it up and your graph must look something like this. And you can do the same thing over here. Let me just do the table for this. You need to use your calculators. In order to solve this by table method, you need to press more and press the table option 7. and type the equation as it is, 2 bracket alpha x minus 1 the whole square minus 4. Now here there is an important thing. You may not get this second option. You will directly get the start. What is the start value? Because there is a vertex, right? Now what is the vertex here? H, K. H is the x value. It is 1 because this minus is already there in the formula. It's 1 comma minus 4. X value is 1. So how we had taken 0 the other time. Here now 1 is the middle value. You should take minus 1, sorry, 0, minus 1, minus 2, and we can take 1, 2, 3, 4. Even two values are enough just for understanding. I've taken three values before 1, three values after 1. Now here I will start with minus 2, or even minus 1 is fine, but minus 2, and I'll end it at 4. You can see step is 1. You can see over here it's 14, 4 minus 2 minus 4. Now it'll be minus 2, 4, 14, and so on. This is how we get the coordinate points of the parabola. All you need to do is graph it and you will get the graph. If you graph that up, we saw at 1 it was the lowest point minus 4. At 0 we got minus 2, and also at 2 we got minus 2. And then we had got 4, 14, and so on. You don't need so much. You just take some values, about 4 values, and plot it and plot the parabola. But very important to plot the vertex point. Okay, it's 1 comma minus 4, and then easily you can get the others from the table. So that is about the graphing part. Before we go ahead, I just want to quickly remind and request you to please subscribe to my channel. And if you have already subscribed, please do like and share my videos with your friends. You can see only about 10 or just over 10% are subscribed. And whereas most of my viewers, 90% are not subscribed, I would highly, highly appreciate if you all could subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Now here about the equations of the parabola, we saw this the standard form, but how about we use the other orientation, the horizontal orientation, that is x is equal to a of y minus k the whole square plus h. It's the same thing. Now we will just try some problems in that. How would you recognize them as? First of all, here y square and y is there. That means those needs to be grouped and we have to use completing the circle over there. Whereas x is alone, so keep x over there. Now don't go to take x to the other side for now. I will just write 2x equals y squared to the other side will be y positive y squared minus becomes plus 4y plus 10. Now don't go to divide everything by 2 for now. Let's leave the left side as it is. Here I will complete the square for these two terms. I'll write y, because we know this will be y, plus half of 4. This is 4, okay. Half of 4 would be 2, the whole square, minus, now what is the square of 2? Minus 4. This is all these two terms, okay. This is all the above two terms, plus 10 outside. And we have 2x here. Now we can solve it up. There is no term to multiply because we didn't remove any term outside, right? So it's very easy now. What you need to do is you just have to solve minus 4 and 10 to remove the brackets, because all are single terms. There's nothing to multiply. Here it's 2x is equal to y plus 2 the whole square minus 4 plus 10 would be plus 6. Now divide both the sides by 2. You will get x is equal to half into y plus 2 the whole square plus 6 by 2 is 3. This is our final form. So that's it. That is the standard form. Wait, let me write the standard form which I forgot. Here it would be x is equal to a into y minus, it is not h. It will be h plus k. It is k whole square plus h. This is the standard form. So now we can see that would be the final answer. It was half y. We got plus 2 the whole square plus 3. That's it. And now from there, from that particular form, we can find the vertex. Now let me just see the vertex. Vertex is very important. What is the h value over here? It's 3. What is the k value? It should be minus. If it's plus, opposite sign. K is minus 2. H and K is vertex here, so it is 3 and minus 2. And then from here, axis of symmetry, it's y value. X, not x because it's in the horizontal orientation. It'll be y equals minus 2. And then if you want foci and all the other things, just substitute and solve. Yeah, generally you need to just say where it opens up. This is important. Vertex, axis of symmetry, and direction where it's opening. Since it was a positive, see we got positive answer, right? Positive half. It is opening to the right side. That's it. If you graph it up, it will be over here. Now, same method for graphing can be used. You got the equation, right? This equation, just put it in the calculator and get the points and graph it up. We have just did it. Same method. Now here also it will be the same thing. Here y, keep it, see now y must be alone at one side and everything else to the other side. Why? Because x square is there and x is there. So take it to the other side and solve it up. Same like what we have done here, and you should get this as the answer. But over here, what you need to do is take this 2 outside. It will be minus 2. Take minus 2 outside and then simplify, complete the square, and then solve it up. And when you graph it, you will get something like this. This is opening downwards, and that's it. They are very simple. Please do the graph for the other two as well. You need to first get them into the standard form and then solve it up. Now I will do the next one in standard form. This is also easy. I'll do the previous one because this is very easy. This one, how do you solve this one is you just take the terms to, okay, now I can see that, I realize that it's 4x and 3x. So what I'll do is I'll just take this 4x to the other side. What's going to happen? It'll be minus 4x plus 3x, and I will take y squared to the other side equals y squared plus 25. And here you have minus x is equal to y squared plus 25. Now take the minus to the other side. These terms gets minus. X is equal to minus y squared minus 25. Now this is the answer. This is the standard form. You can leave it like this. You can see this is negative, so it is left side, opening left side. Is it plus or minus anything? No, it's only y squared. So y over here, the standard form, I'll write it. Y is equal to y a of y minus h, sorry, k, the whole square plus h, right? Now, what is plus h? What x value of the vertex is minus 25. Yes, it started over here. What is the k value? There's nothing, so it's 0. So it is on the axis of x. That's how you write it. Now over here, you can even simplify this by one more step. You do not need to do it. You can just take y like this and be y squared plus 25. But this will just complicate it more. Now don't think, oh, this is h or anything. It's better to leave it like this, okay? But if your option, say in your electronic exam, if you have 4 options and this is your option, that's also a correct answer, okay? So that is the form. But this form is required, the one which I've encircled is required to graph. And from that vertex, you can just use the table mode 7 table and find the coordinates and easily graph it out. This is a easier problem. We have done similar ones, so please try it by yourself, and the graph is something like this. Now we have a couple of interesting problems where they have given certain parts like vertex is given or directrix is given, and then you need to solve it up. Here, first of all, they have told the vertex of a parabola is at this point, that is h and k, and the directrix is given, directrix y, that means it's a y is equal to a of x minus h the whole square plus k formula. To understand how and which orientation it is, you need to know something in the question. Here they have told directrix is y equals, that means the standard form must also be as vertical orientation, that is y equals a of x minus h the whole square plus k. Now you have h and k value, this is directrix. But how do you find a value? If you recall, the directrix formula is given y is equal to, it's same like the foci formula, focus formula, but it is minus, one second, it will be, yeah, k. Why? Because this is y, so it is the y value, that is k minus 1 by 4a. This is the formula. Now each are connected. If you know which orientation, vertical, then It must be y, and then it must be y equals k minus 1 by h, 1 by 4a. If it was the other thing, it would be h minus 1 by 4a. Now we know what is y value. 1 equals, what is k? K is given over here, minus 4 minus 1 by 4a. You can directly put this in calculator as it is, press shift and solve, you'll get the answer, or you can take this to the other side and solve it up. Okay, but I'll show you the calculator method now. All you need to do is substitute these terms as it is. See, it is 1 equals as alpha calc, 4 minus 4 minus 1 by 4 into a is what? Alpha and x. So this is how we can, because a is the unknown variable. Now press shift and solve, you'll get the answer. The answer is, just take that some time. It's okay, negative 0.05. Now the thing is, generally when you solve, you will get it as 1 divided by, but that's fine. You can write a is equal to negative 0.05. Okay. If you do this, negative 0.05, you're gonna get how much is it in fraction. Let's write this as well, because your answers generally, if it is an electronic exam, it will not be in terms of negative 0.05, it will be negative 1 by 20. This is the a value. Now we have everything what we need, isn't it? Here this is the standard form. What did we want? A was missing. Now we found a, h and k was directly given. So y is equal to, is negative 1 by 20 into x minus, minus and minus. See, h is also minus 2, and this minus will become plus 2 the whole square minus 4. This is it. This is the answer. This is the equation. Right, the equation of the parabola. This is the answer. Graphing, we know we can do it in the calculator, mode 7 from the table directly. You have done many problems of graphing a while ago. And you can see that is the equation, minus 1 by 20 x plus 2 the whole square minus 4. As simple as it gets. And this is the graph. Now if you know this is the vertex, now only extra thing is just make sure you draw the line of directrix. This is the directrix, y is equal to 1, so it's 1 over here. Draw a dotted line. You can try this problem by yourselves. It's just like what we have done a while ago. Please try pausing the video, try it by yourself, and then continue watching. I hope you guys try to solve this. Now, what do we know here? Vertex is always h and k. That's fine. Now, what is the focus? Focus is, now, okay, this is very important. Now, from here, we understand which is the orientation. Is it vertical or horizontal? Here, if we have h and h equal, then it is h, comma, k will be, see, more, right? More than, means it's above. It is k plus 1 by 4a. This is the formula for focus. Now, if at all these two values were not same, if you remember the formula, these two are different, h and h, then it would be vertical, horizontal orientation. Now it's vertical. Okay, because h and h is same, and you can see if this is the vertex point 1 and 3, right? So 1 and 3 somewhere over here. Where is the focus? Focus is above it. 1 is the same, so above over here, so it must be opening upwards, something like this. A value must be positive. If it was down, it would be opening downwards. Only if it was right or left, it would have been like this or like this. So from that we can easily understand a lot of information. Now then, with all the information which we have over here, we can try to write the equation. We know the standard form of the equation is what? This is, that is, x is equal, sorry, it's y equals, okay? It's y is equal to a of x minus h the whole square plus k. We have h and k. We don't know a value, but we know over here there's lots of information. So I'll equate phi is equal to k plus 1 by 4a. What is k value? K is known from the vertex, that is 3 plus 1 by 4a. You can directly put this in the calculator and get the answer. We did it a while ago, but I'll solve it now directly. I'll take this to the other side. It'll be 5 minus 3. 2 is equal to 1 by 4a. Now a goes up over here. just swap, and 2 over here. So it'll be A is equal to 1 by 4 into 2 is 8. Positive, that's the answer. So the standard form would be y is equal to 1 by 8 into x minus h is 1 the whole square plus k is 3. That's it. That would be the final solution. Sorry, that's the answer. You can see this is it. Okay, from the given vertex, you can easily understand from the focus A is positive, and the remaining thing you need to solve A, that's the only thing. Then H and K is already there in the question. Again, a similar problem. We have done this a while ago, and this is for the, let's see which orient. See, now this is given x is equal to -2. It is the horizontal orientation, not the vertical. It will be like this or like this. So all you need to do is the same concepts. Try pausing the video, try solving, try substituting the formulas, and check the solution in a while. I hope you have tried something at least. Now here they have not given the vertex, they have given us the focus. So focus in the horizontal orientation is, first term will be h plus 1 by 4a. It's just that in the other vertical orientation, it would be k plus 1 by 4a, right? Here, this the first part is h plus 1 by 4a. What is this? That is k directly. And now we know the directrix is over here. But what is the formula for directrix? If you remember, the formula is very easy to remember. It is x is equal to h, not k, h minus 1 by 4a. Okay. Now with this over here, we can try finding out a, isn't it? How? We have this formula x is equal to h minus 1 by 4a. Now before that, I'll just write the standard form. This is the first thing you need to write, okay? It is x, sorry, it is not x. X is already written, it's y minus k the whole square plus h. Okay, yeah, everything is right here. Now we have only k value to substitute. We don't know h value. We know h plus 1 by 4a is 5, and we don't know what is a value, but we know certain bits and pieces here. We know the directrix. From directrix we know that formula x is equal to h minus 1 by 4a is there. So what I'll do is I'll substitute this x value, minus 2 is equal to h minus 1 by 4. Sorry, I'm writing 4 weirdly. 4a, this is enough. And now what else can you do? Let us keep everything to one side and let us find h value. Then I can substitute over here and solve something, right? So what I'll do is I'll leave this h over here, take this to the other side, okay? This entire thing to the other side. It'll be minus 2 plus 1 by 4a is equal to h. Now we don't know two unknowns. We don't know a or h value. But now what I can do is I can do the equation here. Phi is equal to what? H plus 1 by 4a. Now I know what is h value from here. It is minus 2 plus 1 by 4a plus 1 by 4a. Now minus 2 to the other side will be plus 2. 5 plus 2 is 7 is equal to 1 by 4a plus 1 by 4a. Denominators are same. Just add the numerators. It's 2 by 4a. You can cancel this one time, two times. 2 to the other side. It will be 7 is equal to 1 by 2a. Sorry, 2 over here. A to the other side and 7 here. It will be a is equal to 1 by 14. 7 twos are 14. So a value is found out. Now you can substitute back over here and solve the h value easily. And that's it. Okay. So what I would do is h is equal to what? Minus 2 plus 1 by 4 into a is 1 by 14. So we can start simplifying here only. It is now how do you solve these rationals? So whenever you have 1 divided by 4 into 1 by 14, this goes up. Okay, it's basically it flips. This 14 goes to the above and this remains over here. It will be 14 by 4, isn't it? How? Because you have 1 divided by this entire thing, it will just be this goes up. 1/4 leave it. divided by this fraction, the denominator goes up, this numerator remains here. So it's 14 by 4. Or just put in the calculator, guys, directly. If you're getting confused, you'll get the answer. And minus 2 is here not 4 1 times, it's 4 2 times. And over here, what is this? 7 times. It is plus 7 by 2. What is 7 by 2? It is 3.5. So minus 2 plus 3.5, how much is it? Positive 1.5, or it should be 3 by 2. Any one is the correct answer. So now we have A, this is H, and we know the K value. Just substitute here. X is equal to 1 by 14 positive. Y minus K is 6 the whole square plus what is H value? H value we just now found to be 1.5. This is the final answer. Okay, that's it. So that is how we basically solve it up. You can see 1 by 14, y minus 6 the whole square plus 1.5. Or you can have 3 by 2 also, it's the same thing. So that is how we do those problems. Now here we have a real world problem. Solar energy may be harnessed by using parabolic mirrors. The mirrors reflect the rays from the sun to the focus of the parabola. The focus of each parabolic mirror at the facility described at the left is 1.8 meters above the vertex. This is a very important point. Now, usually parabola, where is it used? In, say, parabolic mirrors, say the satellite or antennas, like this, they will, have the transmitters and all. They use parabolic features. Also, in collecting the lights and all, many things bounce and come to the focus, okay? Even in headlights and all, parabolic shapes will be used. So here, they're using these for solar energy panels, they're using parabolic shaped mirrors. Now they have told important thing. The focus is how much? 1.9 meters above the vertex. That means if this is the thing, mirrors are usually very wide like this, solar panels, something like that. Vertex, focus. So it's opening upwards. You should know which is the formula now. The formula to use is y is equal to a into x minus h the whole square plus k. No matter what, this is the formula to use. And now we don't know much. What is the vertex? Nothing is given. The lattice rectum is given. That is 1 by a is lattice rectum. That is equal to 7.6. What is a value? A will be 1 by 7.6. Okay. This a value is known. X known it. We need h and k. That is the most important thing, right? Now assume that the focus is at the origin. Write the equation for the parabola formed by each mirror. Okay. This is very important now. What is the where is the focus? Focus is at the origin, that is 0 comma 0. So where will be the vertex now? See, if the vertex was at 0 comma 0 over, we have directly written this formula, done. But they have told focus is at the origin. And we know focus is above the vertex by 1.9 meters, right? See, the focus is over here. This is the vertex, h and k. But we know this part is 0 comma 0, and this is how many meters above? 1.9. So here x value doesn't matter, it will be the same. This x value, h value will be the same. X axis will be the same x value. But what about the y? The distance between that will be minus. Why? Because focus is above, so you should go down, right? It's minus 1.9. Let me just make it clear again. This is focus, origin at 0 comma 0. This is the vertex. We know that the distance between this is 1.9 meters because the focus is 1.9 meters above the vertex. We need to know what are the coordinates over here. Obviously, they must be in the same x-axis. X value does not change. It must be 0. What is this distance? It is 1.9, right? That is the vertical distance, x and y. But here, you must understand this is 0, which is the other point. It's below it, so it will be minus. Here they have made you confuse. They have told focus is above 1.9 meters. So don't think, oh, it's positive. No, we need the vertex coordinates. That will be minus. So this is it. H, K, we know A value. Substitute here. Y is equal to A into X minus, what is H value? 0. So minus 0 the whole square plus K is sorry, minus 1.9. When you rearrange and write this up, sorry, let me just erase this over here. When you rearrange it and write it up, it's gonna be a into x squared, or you can directly write it as ax squared minus 1.9. This is the standard form for this situation. That's it. It should be uh, okay. I'm so sorry. I forgot to substitute the a value. It's correct, whatever I've written, but I forgot to substitute the a value, which we just found it over here. See, this is the thing. A is what? 7.6 x squared minus 1.9. That's the answer. This is all y equal to. And that's the part A. What is the part B? Graph. We have done the graphing. Just put this in the calculator, get the points, and just graph it up. You don't need to graph using all this information, because I mean, you can do if you have time. Only the vertex is enough, and then just easily plot the points and graph. You will have the grid, the graphing grid. So it's very easy. If you make the table, just plot some points, graph it up. And the last problem in this lesson, another real world problem, same like what we did just a while ago. Please, I would highly encourage all of you, pause the video, try this by yourself, and then continue watching. I hope at least some of you tried a little bit. Now let us solve it up. Write and graph an equation for a parabolic mirror that has focus 1.4 meters above the vertex. Again, it's just the same. I thought it'll be different, but no, it's above the vertex. So that is the and a lattice rectum of 5.5 when the focus is at origin. Focus origin, this is the thing. What is the vertex? Minus 1.4, because focus is above the vertex by 1.4, so vertex will be below by 1.4. HK is found. Now, what is this? A value will be, sorry, 1 by A value is 5.5, because lattice rectum formula is 1 by A. So what is A value? Take A to the other side, it will be 1 by 5.5. The standard form is y is equal to A into x minus h the whole square plus k. And here all you need to do is substitute it. A is 5.5, x squared, why? Because h value is 0, so it'll be x squared plus, sorry, it'll be minus over here because it's minus 1.4. As simple as it gets. That's all, equal to y. That's the standard form. It's 1 by 5.5 x squared minus 1.4. We know how to graph it. Please put in the calculator and graph it. It'll open upwards. Here is the graph. The graph will look something like this. The vertex is important. Plot the vertex. Vertex can be found over here, 0, negative 1.4. You can see, yeah, it's just less than negative 1.4. So it's negative 1.4. And these are the points. The points for the coordinate points will be easily obtained from the table mode 7. And you can see this is the focus over here, 0, 0. That's the end of this lesson. I hope you have found this helpful. Please do share this video with your friends who might also benefit from it. Please do like the videos if you have learned something new, if you have found it helpful. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe it. I will see you all in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye bye for now.